All right, we're gonna do this for Alex. I'm gonna go through a game that I haven't seen yet, which is usually the way I do this. I saw it really quickly, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna focus in on him, and I'm not too concerned with shots made, shots missed, things like that. I just want to kind of see kind of his positioning, like where he is in the offense, where he is on defense, because I really believe that that's the number one thing, especially when you start to play really good competition on really good teams, that you got to be able to really be in perfect position as much as possible. And picking up what I'm doing on offense is not, I mean, it's easy, but it's difficult. Okay, that's the best way I can describe it. And again, I'm interested to see how Alex plays in the press, and I'm interested to see how he plays in man-to-man defense because I know that he's not used to it, the man-to-man especially. So we will see, and let's see what happens. All right, so we are 4 out, 1 in, and he's posting up, which is perfectly fine. Now again, I would give him a nice target. I would stay low. Now if it were me, now again, my pass and cut rules only apply to people that are on the perimeter. Now, if you're in a post, I would work on flashing high to low and low to high. Okay, and then this way you constantly stay moving and you're always giving him a target. Um, so I would at this point I would work on when this ball swings for you to either flash high post or low post really because you're in the mid post right now. But you should definitely reverse your position. I wouldn't go low to low. I wouldn't go high to high. I would put a little more pressure on the defense by going high to low or low to high. Okay, go up strong. All right, that's all right. I like the way you hustle back. And let's see how we do on defense. Right, who's your man? Where's your man? He's up there? Okay. All right, you really didn't get a chance to get in there. Okay, that's okay. So you're in good shape in the press break, exactly where I need you to be. Get ready to finish. Good job. Okay, go up strong. Nice. Nope. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Where's your man, though? Where's your man? You got to find him. Now, I like the fact that if you can't exactly find him, that you default to going to the middle, which is actually pretty good instincts. But I think you do better than this. I think you could find your man. I'm presuming it's. I actually don't know who it is. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Again, in the absence of anything else, like if you don't know who your man is, I'd rather you be here than nowhere. But I think you could do better as far as finding your man. And this is how we give up open shots, right? With not everybody knowing who their man is. It's good. Go up strong. All right, good. Now, already, I see you facing the wrong direction. Okay. Now, again, this is not easy. When you are learning how to be on a pressing team, it's not easy to always be aggressive. And your natural instinct is to get back on defense, which in a way is not bad. Okay, like on misses, I want you sprinting all the way back. But part of the press is being able to just once this basket is in, you are right there. Okay, so I think we'll probably have yep. And then somebody yells, and you come back. Right. So all right. So we're gonna go over this in practice, but Alex, you're a big kid, and the reason why I'm putting you on this guy, and the reason why I put what I call the madman on the ball, is not so that he can keep his hands below his waist. Okay. I don't really need you to get this low deflection, although that happens sometimes. What I need you to be able to do is put those big arms up. Okay. Put those big hands up and get that big body angled so that this guy is forced to throw the ball over to here. See that? I don't need you to just kind of like take a good defensive stance like this and try to deflect the ball. Okay? Your job is to get big and tall and make him not be able to look over you. You look at this like he's probably like a kid who's like probably 5'7" at the most. And what you're now doing is just giving him free reign to look. You know what I mean? He can just kind of cherry pick who he passes to. Now this is a good defensive stance if you're worried about him dribbling, right? But he can't dribble. Who cares? Put your arms up, jump up and down if you have to, and try to force him this way. See that? And then we just let an easy pass come in, and the press is broken. Okay. So we're back. Where's our man? All right. So now, again, what I told your dad, I don't know who's watching this, is that one of the things I want to teach you is how to play on the perimeter a little bit. And the reason why is because you're not always going to be the tallest guy on the floor. Right? You're maybe 6 foot now, but who knows? Maybe you don't become no taller than 6'2" or something like that. And I know that you and your dad and your whole family has high hopes for you as far as how far you're going to go in basketball, and it really very well may turn out that you be a two guard one day. So you have to. Gotta pause. All right. So as I was saying, I mean, I want you when this guy gets the ball, I want you to get in the habit of playing him. You know. And let me tell you something. And I'd say this to your dad. I'd say this to you. I could probably win more games if I taught you guys a real good 2-3. You know what I mean? But I would be doing you a disservice. I would. I would be depriving you of developing your skills if I did it that way. Now, again, I do teach some kind of aggressive zones, to kind of ratchet up the pressure, but, you know, I prefer you play as much man as possible because it's better for you. You learn how to guard, and, you don't just become known as just a guy who just plays in the post because you don't know where you're going to be, when you're in high school. You don't. You might end up being a guard. You really might. So while it's great, you have tremendous low post skills. I want you to not rest on that. I want you to develop your perimeter game also, both offense and defense. Okay, so again, I would probably get a body on him if you want me to nitpick, and then crash. I like that you get down the court. That's very, very valuable, especially for a bigger guy to get down the court like that. That's huge. Good. All right, now right in there. See, again, even that one half a step, okay? I want you right here. Now, again, you know, I don't want you right on the ball, meaning that to deflect it, I want you big and long and angling. See that? Again, hands are too low. Hands are too low. And you didn't force him. You know what I mean? You want to be on this side of him, angling him this way. Now, I've got another press, which we're going to teach soon, that will let you be right in his face. But the one we've taught and the one we work most of the time is diamond with you big and long and influencing him to this kind of like short corner here. Now, once this ball comes in, you go to make the trap, which is good, and then we get back, which is excellent, actually. Just one trap. Well, no, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. All right, so timeout them. We'll pick this up in a sec. Right, hard to explain the press thing on that last possession. I'll do it at practice. All right, so we're back. We're on our man. Now I would deny, get in a line between man and the ball, see both, that type of thing. See, I would not be in this position, actually. This is very, now again, I don't want to get too technical with you, um, but this is a very old school kind of like way to play. In other words, it used to be that's what people would do. They just put their belly to the ball, whatever, and don't worry about their man. But there's so much cutting and so much stuff going on that what the real modern way to play is you get in a straight line really between the ball and your man, and angling where you can see both, okay, but really getting in this passing lane. You can watch for him cutting, okay, but I would be much more aggressive as far as your defensive positioning here. Like, first of all, you're not looking at your man anyway. He probably can back cut you anyway. I would get right about here and get in, that pistols position where you're pointing at both and really, really get after it. There he is. Okay, good. All right, so where are you? All right, good. Slide short corner. Good. Good rebounding position. All right, get right in there. No, again, don't do it. Don't step this way. Just get right in there. So now again, this is taking a little while to set up. See, now this one, presuming Xavier's supposed to be free safety, he's supposed to be this side. But again, way too low for this particular press. Go trap. Good, good. There you go. There you go. Look at that one again. Okay. Hold on. Watch this. We'll do it again. Let's get the whole thing set up again. See, this is what happens. This is perfect. You get over there and you put your hands. Let's do it again. High. That's it. You do not let him have any room. Don't let him see where he's going, and they just give it to you. That's perfect. And now again, you shouldn't get used to them throwing the ball right to you. What usually they'll end up doing is they'll be so scared of the trap that they'll just throw the ball away. It's very rare that when you're trapping, you actually get the steal out of the trap. You usually get the steal from the interception. All right, well, this team goes brain dead on the out of bounds play, and we get an easy one. Once again, too low, but he throws it right to you. It's fine. Go right up. Boom. I'd rather you be high. Again, I want hands high. See, this is what I was worried about. Okay, so I didn't want to say anything. I'll say it to the whole team, but see, this whole press, and again, this is for your own benefit, is way too extended. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean, this is the deepest guy we have, and he's barely outside the 3-point arc. Okay, it's kind of a misconception that pressing is just basically all gambling and selling out. Pressing in the real way is a mixture of having a little bit of gamble, but also being pretty conservative. In other words, what I want is this: if you're ever deep, for example, is I really want you I want you back here, okay? And I want my free safety back over here. I want to cover this whole court, okay? In a way that if we gamble and miss, we're not giving up like a 3-on-0. I mean, which is almost what happens here. I mean, look, we're completely extended, okay? We got like 4 guys around here. One guy he's letting him get behind him, which is a disaster. I mean, I see what's going to happen already. He's either going to blast it up to him, he's going to blast it up to him, who's going to blast it up to him, who's going to blast it up to him, up to him. And there you go. Okay. Slide. Good. Crash. Okay. Or we ended up, again, too low. But that's all right. We'll work on it. But I just wanted you to see it visually. I don't want your hands low, and I don't want your body low when you're defending the out of bounds on the press. And even still, okay, you closed out too low with the trap as well. Okay, they threw it away. Let's go crash. They do a crappy job boxing out, and we make our basket. Okay. All right, you come out yet? No, not yet. All right. Oh, we didn't make it? They called it on the no shot. Very good move to get open as a rebounder. All right, find your man. Find your man. Where is he? Good. That's good. That's fine. You can take that. And that's, hey, see what happened, by the way? Remember that drill rerun where somebody drives, the person here goes to the right and is open for this natural pitch? Well, this is what happens. Pretty good. Very good. And you come out of the game, so we'll pick it up next time you come back in. All right, back we come for the foul shots, I think. Oops, sorry. Okay. And where are they? Oh, they're there. Get in it. Hands high, hands high. Trap, trap, trap. Hands high, hands high, hands high. Again, you see, like when you watch the NBA, you see them all point when they come back down court, who they got. We're playing man. I mean, I think that's really what you should be doing. All right, make that. Ah, it's all right. All right, wait 1 second here. Hold on. Now, I wonder what out of bounds play this could possibly be. Certainly not one that I've seen. The closest thing I could come up with is maybe it's 4. Let's see. Let's see if I could find to make a call. No, they called X. Okay, so all right, so X. Just so you know what X is. Oh goodness. Yeah. So in X, the biggest guy, who I guess is you in this group, would be right on the low block, and you would just pop right out. Then the second biggest guy would come down, take his guard down, and the guy behind you would go this way. Mick would be set up over here, obviously. So nobody was in position. Let's see it again. Anything? Better. Better. Come down, Nick. See, this is what happens, right? So we made the three, right? We made the shot. And Alex, you got to get on this, and you got to get your hands high. You give him too good of a look to get the ball in. Now again, Xavier's not exactly in the greatest position here. He's supposed to be chasing ball side, and he's supposed to be back, and God knows who's supposed to be deep. Yeah, this is a train wreck. But okay, let's focus on you. Too low, got to have your hands high. Okay, now you can go sprint if you want. Are we taking it underneath? Now we're going to call it again. I think he's calling three, maybe. I think she's calling three. So we should be in a box. And nobody has a clue. All right, well, we made it at least. Again, too low. Let the easy pass come in, and the press is broken too easily. Oh, get in front of him. I would also say that you should, I mean, maybe I would suggest to try to find someone to get a body on when you're rebounding. Not that bad, though. Post, get low. Good. Now spin. Excellent. Sprint back. Protect the rim. Protect the rim. Protect the rim. Good job. Very good. Excellent. Transition defense. You got to stop the ball. Then you got to protect the rim. You did a terrific job of getting to the rim on that one. Well, that was a long shot. Okay, get in it. Get in it. So once again, you want to be hands high, angled this way, make him throw it over here. Too easy. Where's your man? Where's your man? Body. There you go. Much better. Much, much better. I'm going to go right to the rim. Oh, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. Not bad. Outlet. Ooh, good. Now sprint to the rim. Good. Ah, Frank, killing me. All right, so get right on it. Right on it. Hands. Hands high. Hands high. Nope. See. All right, so I think they're subbing you out again. Body. Very good. Much better. There you go. Much, much better. I think they all go in now. They replace you. Yeah, I think that's it for this half. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop this here. I'm going to pick it up in a different game to see how it compares. Okay. Now, this is a later game. Um, but just to see. Okay, so interestingly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up with the second half of the second game you played that day, which is the Lightning Martin game, the eighth grade game. C played against a little bigger kids, even though we did fine against them. Just to see also you on this side of the court. So let's take a look. You start the second half. Okay, so they're in man. I would move around a little more. I would go from post to post. I would stay true to my spots. So what does that mean? So I would go from mid post to short corner to high post to mid post to high post to mid post. Short corner. I would move with a lot of purpose and not just kind of just stand around. All right. Let's see how we do here. Are you on the ball on this one? I guess we're not pressing. All right, good rebound, I think. You don't need to leave your feet against that guy. Let's pause for the free. Okay, there you go. Get that. Ooh, get a little. You know what you want to do? Get a little lower too. Okay, when you're playing against decent post guys, you really want to get low, so you can encourage the guard to give you a bounce pass. All right. So what's the play? Nobody has a clue. I just anyway. Let's pause for the. All right. So we're back on D. Where's your man? Where's your man? I bet you he's right there. Hold on. I want to look at this one again. I want to know who your man is. Was it his man? Whatever that is not good. Again, when it swings, I would go to the opposite post, and I would get really low here. Oh, good. Okay, so he's right in you. Now, first of all, this is a great cut. But I think that's Corey. You've got to get this to him. I want you to look at this. Okay. I mean, you want an example of how this offense is supposed to run. Okay. These guys had their backs totally to play. This defender was a disaster. Corey, I think this is passing, and he's wide open. You got to get this to him somehow. Oh, all right. But again, that's why we drill it. You know what I mean? That's why we do all that passing and cutting, so that you know to always look for it. Where's your man? There he is. Okay. Body. I mean, again, I would cheat a little more. I would come out over here. I would be much more aggressive than just standing there and waiting for it. I would. I'm not going to go trap it, but I would, definitely keep my eye on him. But I would get a little further over. So once again, move with purpose. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. Good. Now make a move. Good. Good rip. Excellent. So rip, bang, right off the front of the rim. I would think. Ooh, too many dribbles. Okay. You had it. You had the rhythm, and you took that one dribble too many. Where's your man? Good block by Matt. You're finally matching up, huh? All right, that's your guy. Hands high again. Hands high. Hands high. Hands high. Okay, not bad. That's not bad. Even something, even a little contest like that is enough sometimes. Good. Trap. Kind of passes that. Get in. Grab it. Okay. Sprint. Great job. That's fine. He made that. We'll give him that. Great job closing out though. Um, Contesting. I would go right there. Slide. Nice. I would almost have slid over here, right? Again, same as always. Like for here, perfect example. This is a perfect example. Perfect example. Okay, so you got to get hands up. This is exactly, I don't want to say exactly the pass you have to take away, but he cannot give him that. I don't know where my free safety is, by the way. Where's my fifth guy? Where are our players? Wait. I see one, two, three, four. Where's the fifth guy? Oh, he's hiding behind him. And this is a perfect example about what being in perfect position can do and not do. 52 is totally overextended. He should be out over here. Corey should be back over here. Matt should be completely over here and being able to take this pass away. All right, good rip. All right, well, I mean, well, basically, you get the idea, Alex. I mean, what I would say, okay, just on what I've seen, is, and again, these two things are kind of similar but different. When you're playing the post, I would move with a little more purpose. In other words, go from spot to spot, from position to position, and really, I mean, really call for the ball. You know, well, my guys will get it to you, okay? But in case you ever play for a team that the guys might not want to get it to you, you know what I mean? You got to really make yourself available. You know, you got to get low and call for the ball and get your hip on, you know what I mean? Get your hip on your defender. Now, with that said, also, I'd like you to work on your general man-to-man defense. You know, and like if your man is on the perimeter, you could go guard him. You know, get practice guarding him. Close out with hands high. Shuffle. You know what I mean? Like slide your feet. Just all that stuff that we do in practice. You know, you're gonna get. I just don't want you to get too lazy. You know what I mean? Just staying in the middle. I mean, that's why I really want you, everybody, to learn how to guard people. Now, the other thing is that is that, again, small thing, but big thing, is that on press breaks, excuse me, on the presses, you know, hands high. Big kid, big arms, very long. Let's use that. Um, that's all I had from you for now. I mean, you don't play much of the perimeter, so I'm not worrying about your passing and cutting. But I'd like you to be more on the perimeter, honestly. I mean, I never told, you know, I never said you had to play down low. You know, what I like to do when, as we saw in the drills, is you can start five out, and then once you pass, then you cut, and then you can go post up. You know, this way you get a lot of reps with the ball on the outside also. So you might be able to take some of these guys they might have guarding you off the dribble. And I actually think that that's a big part of your advantage is that the guys that they might have guarding you are hopeless when it comes to guarding man to man. You know, so if they are in man, you pull them outside. You could take those guys off the dribble pretty easily, I would think. Um, that's it. I mean, I'm for the most part pretty pleased. So that's it.